Welcome back, everyone. This is Julie, and this is Two Non-Critics and a Cat. And I'm here with the two non-critics and the cat. Incredible. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
How are you guys?
We're good.
Finally, we're all back together. How many weeks has it been?
Maybe 2.
It's just a week or 2.
It felt
Yeah,
like
because
more.
I wasn't in one, and then I think Feds wasn't in one.
I wasn't in one.
Julie's a constant of the universe. Yeah. But she's the only one that always forgets it, though. How is this possible?
I have
she's
to go.
She's in all the episodes, but she's the only one that always
I
forgets
have to go
it.
to a neurologist if you want to know. I constantly forget things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's okay. We still love
Thank
you.
Exactly.
Through all of the things I'm missing, this is the worst one. How have you guys been this week? What have you seen? What have you watched? What is happening in the world of the cinema?
Nothing much is happening, to be fair, in my universe. I watched 3 episodes of Stranger Things Tales from 85 today on Netflix.
Why?
Because I wanted to understand what it is, and it is for children. It's literally for children. So it's really well made in terms of like craft. I like that animation, and I like the vibe. But it's not for Stranger Things fan. It's actually for people who have never seen it. Because it's not even a spin-off. It's like, I don't know, it's like, it's kind of, Elle is already living with Hopper when they are doing this. And it's like, I don't know, it's literally Tales from 85. Like, that's what it is. But it's like, it's for children. Basically, I think they're trying to...
Is it a cartoon?
Yes, I think they're trying to introduce Stranger Things to a different target audience so that when they grow up, they watch the actual thing. So it's not for fans of Stranger Things. It's not for, like, people who already seen it. So I watched 3 episodes. I don't think I'll go... Like I'll finish it because it's really not for me, you know. But it's for children. Is really good, actually, you know.
Fair.
It's very nice. Yeah, that's all.
What did I watch?
What did you do, Julie?
What did I watch this week? I finished Bloodhounds on Netflix, which was very cool. I watched Undertone, which is another horror movie that just came out. Absolutely horrendous. 0 out of 10. Won the time back.
0 out of 10. That's
won my time back.
Statement.
Genuinely won my time back. And then I think that's it. I actually watched these 2 movies. I was very happy though. Not with Undertone. I was happy with Bloodhounds. I like seeing people punch each other.
Violence as usual.
But something that's called Bloodhounds.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, sure, have
It's a Korean drama, so.
That explains.
What have you watched, Red?
I'm currently watching season 3 of Abbott Elementary.
I still have to watch that.
On my spare time. I've restarted from the 4th season, The Handmaid's Tale, because I want to watch The Testament. But I'm currently not in the right mood for The Handmaid's Tales, because you might find me either trying to not cross the road and be crossed over by something while crossing the road. So I'm putting a pin to it because it's a bit bleak. So I started with I think I stopped the 4th season at the start of the 4th season, and it was really bleak. So I stopped for that reason. But now I'm curious about The Testament. So I was like, let me give it another try. And I went back to see where I stopped watching it last time. And I start over from that point. And I was like, nope, I can't do that now. Not the right time for this. So I'm just... I went back to on Disney Plus to Abbott Elementary because I was like, yeah, I just need a little bit of laughter.
Actually, you made me think about something else that I said that this is not the right time, and I waited for like 3 months to actually see it, which was Monarch. Because the last couple of episodes they destroyed me on Apple TV, so I was like, yeah, that's it.
And then I watched, and I'm mostly reading, So I finished the one of the series from Sarah J. Maas, and I'm starting the second one, and I'm preparing myself for October when she's gonna release the 6th book. So yeah, I'm just reading and
I'm
nothing
actually
else.
reading a psychology book right now, and then I've hung onto the wall, I'm the villain, so I'm just waiting to finish it. It's almost finished though. It's like 100 pages.
Is it for uni or is it just for pleasure?
No, it's absolutely for me. I just wanted to read it.
That's for you.
Nice.
I'm reading, since we're all saying, I'm actually reading Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Apparently, it's a Pulitzer Prize winner book, and he won the Nobel Prize for Literature. It's a very old book. I'm really like enjoying it so far, even though like it's settled in like a long time, maybe in the 30s. I don't know, like, but a long time ago. But I am enjoying it, yeah.
My book is
Nice.
called The Haunted Self: The Structural Disassociation and the Treatment of Chronic Traumatization.
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I have two
That's a
moods.
mouthful.
Pass it to me.
This and I'm the villain.
Just, yeah. Good. Are we ready for today? So, full disclosure, we didn't know what to talk about because cinema is not giving us a lot,
It's giving us a lot, but literally in a month, so...
Yeah, exactly. So we actually wanted to talk about Cannes Film Festival, but they announced the lineup, and it's not like there's much to talk about really. So maybe we'll talk about it once when it's getting closer. And so we decided to like pick one movie each, so we're not like doing everything we love about this year. We literally picked one movie each that it's coming out in 2026.
Which incredibly, we picked 3 different movies.
Yeah, and that we are, and nobody picked the Odyssey. That's
Yeah, it's too far
for
away.
you and me, Julie. That's the most incredible thing, really.
That's too far away. I'm too excited for something else. So.
I mean, at some point, I feel like we talked about it already. So
Yeah,
it might have been
exactly.
too much talking it
Yeah,
again.
so
And maybe
so we like picked 3 movies that we're excited about. And we're gonna talk about it today and why we're excited about, what are our expectations, what we know about it so far. And we are gonna start with Feds, actually.
Ooh, that's new.
Yes.
So in my head, I want to pick. Oh, let's go with The Devil's Prada 2. But I was like, nah, it's too soon. It's coming out
It's
now.
too obvious.
We're gonna go watch it, so it's too obvious. So I chose another one, and I chose The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. So this falls between being a sequel and a prequel, because it's a sequel to the Ballad of Songbird and Snakes that came out in 2023, and it's a prequel to the actual Hunger Game trilogy. And it's still based on Susan Collins' book with the same name that was released. It was a novel released in 2025. And it's going back, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 24 years before the event in the Hunger Games, when Heimlich, who used to be the mentor for Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Mellark, won his Hunger Games. So it goes a little bit back in time, and there's a lot of familiar faces and familiar characters coming back into the story. The reason why I'm excited is
Haymitch
because
is one of the characters.
He's the main character, yeah.
He's not in the
But
other
he's
one,
the
though,
young-
is he? I mean,
No, in the other one is not, because the other one is a prequel, and it was about
It's
Snow,
President Snow. Which was
President
so cool,
Snow,
that
and
movie, by the
how
way.
he became to be President
exactly.
Snow.
It was even
Yeah.
before this one, yeah.
Exactly. This one instead is about Emlich and his Hunger Games. So in a way, you have the primordial story of how he became to be what he is in the Hunger Games.
Drunk.
Yeah, well,
He's traumatized.
It is
Absolutely.
his way of coping
Yeah.
things. Yes,
And it goes
exactly.
back to the book that I'm reading. No, I'm joking.
the reason why I'm excited about this is because I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm excited about it not just for the cast, because casting was amazing. There's like a lot of well-known names. We have Kieran Culkin, McKenna Grace. We have Elle
Edwin is
Fanning.
in it.
We have Jesse Plemons. We have Ralph Fiennes and Glenn Close.
Edwin is in it.
Yeah.
Edwin
And,
Reading is in it.
There,
The other
yes.
day, Kara sent me a message and she was like, "You can see Edwin."
Kieran Culkin is the strategist, no? Is
No, Kieran Culkin, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jesse Plemons is Plutarch
yeah,
Eversbeen, who was actually replacing the role that Philip
Seymour
Seymour
Hoffman.
Hoffman had in the previous movie. And can I just say
He's
how
perfect.
perfect this
He's
casting
perfect.
is?
Yes.
Jesse playing the younger version of Plutarch is just so fitting because he has some resemblance to
Oh,
Philip
a
Seymour
lot.
Hoffman.
Actually,
Rest
in my
in peace.
mind, they are the
Rest in
same
peace.
person. The only reason why I distinguish them is because I know that one is dead and the other one is
Mm-hmm.
alive. But otherwise, for me, they're the same
Oh
person.
my
yeah.
god.
Kieran Culkin is playing Caesar Flickerman, who is the host of the Hunger Games that was first performed by Stanley Tucci.
That also makes sense.
And that also makes
great
sense because if
casting.
you remember the way Stanley Tucci played Caesar,
Yeah.
there was a lot of gimmicky with his mouth, with his face.
He's gonna be
Kieran
insane.
Culkin will be
He's gonna
perfect.
insane in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I actually tell you something about this, Feds? Because it's
Go
funny.
for
Because
it.
my husband said to me, Marco said to me that Stanley Tucci was Caesar in the first one. He's so good, Stanley Tucci in
That
that
you didn't
one.
remember that it was.
That I didn't realize he was like I didn't. It wasn't like one of the things that it just like it hits you like it's Stanley Tucci. I was like, I had to think about it because he's so transformative in that performance that I didn't realize it was him. You know.
So the reason why I'm really excited about this is because this franchise has never done anything wrong. The adaptation of the 3 movies were
had to
amazing.
say
The
it.
acting was brilliant.
Please don't.
Well, I had to say it because then
No,
the
it
fourth
looks
one was
It
amazing.
looks good.
And when I watched it, I was really impressed. And this one, I think is gonna be as good. The director, which is Francis Lawrence, does a really, really, really well done job in stay true to the story, the source material, while adding up to it without just overstepping. But I think the reason why you couldn't recognize Stanley Tucci is because the makeup and the costume design are really out of this world. They're really creative.
Yeah.
And it plays a really big part in the success of the movie, I think. But on top of that, the story itself is really compelling. So I don't think this one will be anything like I think it's gonna be really good as well. And from what I saw from the trailer, I'm quite excited about it. And even for instance, like Elle Fanning, who plays Effie Trinket, who was originally played by Elizabeth Banks, is really spot on. Like
Yeah.
every single casting that they chose for every single younger version of the characters, it's kind of like nailing it.
Yep.
Because it's not about physicality, but it's more about their personalities as actors or what they can bring to the play. So whenever I saw, as I said, Kieran Culkin playing Caesar, I was like, yeah, that's
It's
That's
great
just-
actually.
that's just
It's so
perfect.
great casting.
that's
them.
the it's
Ralph
such a great
Fiennes also
casting.
as
And then you have
president.
Ralph
I mean,
Fiennes.
come on.
Yeah, he's basically succeeding Tom Blythe, who played the younger version of President Snow in the Battle of Songs and
Who I
Birds
didn't
and Snakes.
dislike. I
He
liked
was
his performance.
amazing.
I really did.
And I love Tom Blythe. Tom Blythe is
Yeah.
really good. But also, he's then being the younger version of Donald Sutherland's character. So even though Donald Sutherland did an amazing job as President Snow, I feel like all of them respected the source material, respected the characters, and I honestly, if I think about any franchise, the Younger Game one is the one that has done the best work in bringing
Adaptation, you mean?
the books.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
exactly. Bringing
I
the book to
complained a
screen.
bit about the last movie, and someone said to me, because the book is also like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They don't. So I saw the movie and then I read the book, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. There were some things that I didn't like as well, but overall I
Yeah, me
enjoyed
too,
it.
me too.
But then when I read the book, I was like, oh, okay, no, it's the same. So it's the source material. That's why I'm telling you, it's Suzanne Collins is a really good writer. I really like her. But sometimes she does tend to get lost into descriptions. And it does help with the visuals for a movie, but sometimes it doesn't give you a lot of material to go by. You have to fill in the gaps. But I'm really excited about this one. Really, really, really excited.
Yeah. Me too, I have to be honest. And I have to say that still, even though I know that she's done more important stuff, Jennifer Lawrence also, she won an Oscar for, was it The Hustler?
No, it was for Winter Bones, which was her first
Winter Bonds, here
Oscar,
we go.
and it was the thing that propelled
Yeah.
it to.
Despite that, I still think that her performance in Hunger Games is one of the best things she's ever done.
Absolutely. This movie came out during the Twilight Saga era, during all of this like fantasy or romanticies book coming out that were cutting into young adults. And I think he ride the wave and he aged really well.
Yeah.
It's one of the films that I never get tired of
Me
rewatching
too.
because it's
Me
so
too.
well
It
made.
is such a strong female model, I think, because she's super strong, but she's also fragile. She's a woman, you know. She's strong. She's also fragile. She wants to express herself in any way she likes, you know. She loves, she hates, like full woman, real one, you know.
Yeah.
So I actually love
I
her
feel like
version.
yeah, that's the way that each character is written. It's really multifaceted. It's not just bi-dimensional characters not growing, not learning. It's like every event shapes them and they change and evolve. So they're quite realistic. That's why they're relatable. So yeah,
Nice.
that's my
When it's
pick.
coming out?
So this
I think
one
in
should be coming out
November.
in November the 20th in the United States. So November the 20th will
That's
be
a
the
long
release, 2026. So it's
Nice.
gonna be
End
this
of the year.
winter.
Great. You know what's fine? I was thinking we picked three completely different movies, which is glorious. This is why also I
Yeah.
love doing the podcast in three people, because it brings such a diversity of taste and opinions and everything, you know, and perspective. Because I picked an animated movie, Julie picked a horror movie. It can be more different. You pick it's like an action, action
Action / young
adventure,
adult
young
movie,
adult,
yeah.
Mine could be like a
slash,
horror
slash.
/ a psychotic / what is wrong with you / what.
Yeah. And I also think they come out in very different periods, because November for you, it's June for me, and Julie.
It's actually in like now, like 4 days, I think.
Yeah,
See?
so it
yeah,
is
we're just
different
keeping it for
times,
the
yeah.
whole year.
Julie, you want to go next, or shall I go?
No, I can go. So guess what I've chosen? No, I'm joking. So it's a horror movie, but
She chose something that Feds and I would never watch.
Surprise, surprise.
Well, the funniest thing is the reason why I chose this is because there's lore behind this actual movie, so I want to share this. So what I chose is the Backroom movie that is coming out in 2026 in a month. I think in a couple of days, on the 1st of May, is coming out, and it's a movie from A24, which is, we know what it is. They do horror movies and they do them well. That's it, literally.
From A24?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from A24.
Is that their first horror movie, or they did other stuff?
No, are you joking?
they
A24 is an entire house. Like, literally, they do... it's not a horror movie. It's more like an anxiety-inducing movie. So that's what they do, basically.
Because I'm more into dramas.
Yeah,
really.
it's kind of like a weirdo of a movie. It's not really a horror one. That's
Okay.
like we're not talking about splatter. We're talking about psychological, and
Yeah.
the movie is actually directed by Kane Parsons, which is the creator of the lore of this actual movie of this game. So the point of the entire movie is that a therapist or psychologist, whatever you want to call it, they disappear without making a sound, without going anywhere. They just disappear. It turns out they didn't just vanish, but they
I would like
slipped.
to have this power with some people.
No, you trust me, you would not. Trust me, you would not. Oh my god. So they didn't just
Lol.
vanish, they slipped into another reality.
They what?
They slipped into another reality. Yes, that's exactly what the Backrooms is. My sister is just staring at me. It's like,
I'm staring at you because I wish.
that some people would.
No, I wish that something up. You see, you're talking about disappearance. I wish that something appeared in your house. A microphone.
Why?
Because Pats and I have to guess 3/4 of what you say.
Really?
Yes.
All the
How
time.
long?
Honestly, no, but like
No, well, it's bits and
it's bits and
pieces.
you're so
pieces, which
stupid,
is
honestly.
which makes it even more complicated. But ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, we have to deal with this every time.
I don't think it's my microphone, by the way, but
It's either your
might be the
microphone or the
headphones,
headphones.
no,
you
I
know?
think it's definitely the headphones or might be the cable for the microphone, but it's on my microphone.
I will get you a cable, and
A
I
cable,
have
I would put
a
it
lot of
around your
headphones.
neck.
Honestly, yeah. Anyway,
Anyway.
I still didn't
I think you
understand.
can use any USB-C.
Yeah.
So there's a
exactly.
therapist and a psychologist that did, and his student that they disappear into a space. Now the
space,
space
okay.
they do disappear. It's another dimension.
Nice.
Okay.
That's what happens. So the Backrooms, it's an entire lore. It's a game. It was created as a game. It's a creepypasta that was created, I think, about 5-6 years ago by the same person that is actually making the movie, Kane. It was a YouTube video
Okay.
that got popped up, and basically just liminal spaces of yellow carpets, yellow walls, buzzing lights, and nothing else. And there's like hallways and corridors everywhere, and it's genuinely just terrifying just to look at. You don't know how you got in, you don't know how you get out, you don't know what's in there, and you don't know what is going on.
You know what I love about horror movies?
What is it?
Is that some of the concept and the way that they're made and the way that then they get picked up, it's so random.
Yeah, no, genuinely.
Like
No,
generally super
when I tell you
random.
this movie genuinely, and it's so like there's a lot of people like me that have seen the game because from that YouTube video that was made by Kane, then it got an actual game that was made by Kane, and then A24 picked up the actual movie to make it, and Kane directed it.
Always A24.
No, but genuinely,
just
like it's such an interesting
grabbing
concept
stuff.
because it's like in another liminal dimension, and it's just like genuinely yellow spaces and nothing else, like neon lights and nothing else, and you just
Wow.
don't know how you got there or how you get out. So it's like there's like doors and there's windows, but like if you see outside, there's nothing. If you go through the door, there's exactly the same space. So it goes on and on and on, like basically forever.
It's not
That is
anxiety
creepy as
inducing
F.
at all.
You know what it is? No, that Jenny, you know what it is?
I think it's more trippy
You know,
than
yeah, I don't know
anything.
if you remember, but a couple of years ago, there was a movie that came out that was called Vivarium, which was basically the same exact thing of these people that were stuck in a house and they would go out of the town and then they would go back to that house and it was the same exact house. It was called Vivarium, and it's basically the same
Can't
concept,
remember.
honestly. But yeah, so the back room is an endless maze. There's just empty rooms and hallways, and you basically get there by clipping through reality, which is what happens. Like you generally can see like a chair. How it starts is like you can see a chair in the middle of the pavement, and then you just clip through reality and you go into the back rooms. It's not an empty space. It's very unstable and weird. There are monsters, but you never know what you might face. They're like kind of like entities. So there's like some of them might be like There's one of the monsters in the back rooms. There's just like a clog of wires all together that just runs around you. Some of them are like massive.
That will be my nightmare.
Genuinely though, isn't everyone? One is like a massive smiley face and stuff that goes around, and it's also connected apparently. Yeah, it's just like genuinely, like the Cheshire Cat, literally. It just goes around like that. It's horrifying because you cannot stay in like dark spaces. You have to go around with the torch. And this is all from the actual video and then got turned into a game and then got turned into a movie. It's the same exact lore. And I saw the trailer and it was absolutely incredible. And I think it's the same exact thing that is coming out. And I'm very excited for that. It's basically, somebody said something very funny, just like it says it's like being stuck in a memory of a place that you almost dreamed about, but you have no idea if you actually did. So
does it give you some sort of like deja vu feeling?
Well, the deja vu, you get it once you're in there because everything is the same over and over and over again. So yeah, it is very cool. The genre is called analog horror. Like, found footage is the Blair Witch Project, and then this one is called analog horror. So basically, when they go in during the video, during the game, they find tapes. So you get tapes, so you go around and you see that there's other people that clip through reality. They try to do something, but you never see them.
These kind of horror movies, I can actually.
I think you could watch it easily. There's nothing
like Blair Witch Project, for example. I watched. Like
Blair Witch Project is.
I have an issue with the splatter, to be honest.
Yeah.
But everything else I can watch. It's not a problem.
No, I think that it's these kind of movies are much more interesting than like an actual jumpy movie or like jump scare movies for me, because like it kind of gets you the thought of like being lost forever or like actually not going out. It gives you like that kind of anxiety inducing, like cortisol level rising kind of movie. So I think I prefer those much more, but it's the fact that it came from the creepypasta that it's incredible. So I'm very excited to be seeing that soon.
Glorious.
Nice.
We're not. I'm kidding.
I think you actually might.
I'm okay
You got
with
me.
it.
You got me.
Yeah, I'm
curious.
okay with it. Me too. I told you I can do with splatter horror, but this kind of horror actually I like. So you got me.
There's a real famous actor, by the way, that does the main character. You can start your movie, Martina. I will say mine.
I can start my movie.
Yes, you can start
my movie.
Yes, Marty.
Yes, okay.
What is
my
your
movie?
movie?
Is Toy Story 5, and I mainly picked it because my colleague and dearest friend, my dear friend James, he said something to me the other day. Chiwetel Ejiofor is the actor that is in the horror movie. He said something to me the other day and it made me think, because he said to me, I hope they don't screw it up, because it's the
Toy
most
Story
perfect
5?
Yes, Toy Story 5, because it's the most perfect 4 movies in a franchise that I've ever seen. So they're gonna screw it up and it's not needed. And I said to him, it is actually needed. This movie is needed. So the reason why I picked Toy Story 5 instead of anything else, it's because I really think that its meaning could be far more powerful than anything we've seen in animation in the last 10 years. Because obviously we are in a different era. We have kids struggling with mental health because of their addiction to devices. So obviously this movie, if they do it right, is quite important. So we have some elements. We have Andrew Stanton back at the helm, which is great because he's actually one of the original Toy Story team. He wrote the first 2 Toy Stories. So I'm glad that there is someone that was actually involved with the originals in this one. He was like with John Lasseter when they created it. Greta Lee is the voice of the villain. The villain is Lillipad, and it's basically a tablet. That's what it represents.
I love that Greta Lee is the voice.
Yeah.
I really do.
I love it. Yeah, and I saw her like in the morning show. She's like super like sneaky and cold, and I don't know, and she just can do very different roles, you know. So I don't know. I'm excited to see that, you know.
I'm in love with her since past
Oh yeah,
lives,
past
I
lives. Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's incredible. She can do very different roles. She has a very good range as an actor.
Yeah,
What's her
exactly.
name?
Yeah, Greta Lee.
Isn't she the same one that did Long Legs?
Oh God, I don't
You
know.
wouldn't know because it's a horror movie.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I have no idea. You need to look for it.
Looking at it.
Anyway, and Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are back voicing Woody and Buzz. Thanks God. Chris Evans is out from the shameful Lightyear, which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen, where Chris Evans was actually voicing Buzz Lightyear. Tim Allen is back voicing Buzz, which is great. It's been his character for 20 years, you know, actually 30 years. So, yeah. Going back to why I picked it, I did actually look for some statistics for this movie. So, this movie is obviously about children dropping their toys to play with devices. And the reason why I think it's absolutely important in this time is because obviously children are going to see this movie and ask themselves, maybe a few questions. Maybe the message will go through. Again, if they do it right, because I don't know what they're going to do. I hope they're not going to go in a way that it's not what I want to see. But anyway, so apparently children's screen time increased 52% from COVID. 52% from 2022 to 2020.
How many hours is that?
Sorry, 2020 to 2022. So teens spend, I'll tell you now, 8 hours a day average on screens. 8 hours.
I do that too, and I'm forced to because of
No,
work.
but like, you know what's the difference? We work with this stuff.
Yeah, no, I know.
A teenager doesn't work with a screen. Spending 8 hours a day. I don't even spend 8 hours a day, and I work with a computer. You know what I mean?
I literally spend 41 minutes on Instagram if I'm lucky a day. Like genuinely 41 minutes.
Yeah.
And I get pissed off.
8 hours a day. And then
Is it just, does it consider like even
TV.
watching TV
No, it
show
doesn't.
on
It's
an
just
iPad, or is
devices.
it just literally, or is devices?
Yes.
So even if,
iPad,
okay.
tablets, computers, and phones.
but it doesn't make a difference between either playing a game or being on social media or watching videos,
No,
right?
but my next statistic does. Because I went quite deep because I feel a lot, because you know me, I feel this a lot. 18% of 7 to 16-year-old have reported probable mental health disorders, 12% from gaming, 11% from social media behavior.
Okay.
As a gamer, that's rude. Just gonna say.
As a person, the fact that this age range starts from 7 years old,
That's the thing. 7 years old is too
yes,
much.
like
Too
they
young.
shouldn't have a phone. Actually, for me, they shouldn't. None of them should have a phone. 7 to 16 years old. Like for me, 16 years old is like you can have a phone now. High screen users 7+ hours a day are over twice as likely to be diagnosed with depression or anxiety. Roughly 1 in 4 people use smartphones in a way consistent with behavioral addiction such as drugs. So it gives you 1 in 4 is addicted to their phone, and their brain perceives their addiction to their phone the same way that it would perceive an addiction to cocaine.
Jesus.
So which means
wow.
if you take that phone from that teenager, he will have
They will
withdrawal
be. They will
symptoms
have,
like
and they will have rage fit.
yes,
They will have violent
withdrawal
fits.
symptoms just like from
There's a lot of
drugs.
videos actually of like, even as kind of cringing videos. There's like kids that you take off their phone and they go absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Or
but I
they
guess
take
there
off
is
their
a
iPad or
thing.
they take off their computers. It's like they
Yeah.
actually go insane with like rage fits. Which, why?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Like
'Cause
it's a thing
and
of
it's
like
not-
being. It's a thing
it's
of like
not their
being
fault.
something. No, it's that I know, but it's
No,
something like I'm playing a game and you take it off for no reason. Okay, but it's something else like actually just taking it off and going into a rage fit.
it's mainly because their frontal lobe is not developed yet, so
That stops
you
at
have this kind
25.
of like instincts. Yeah, you have those kind of instincts where you're taking something that technically makes me feel good,
Yeah.
and it gets seen as a punishment. So it becomes like, why are you taking this from me? I haven't done. There's a correlation between punishment and reward. So they see the device as a reward, and if it gets taken away, then you're doing a punishment, but there's no action correlated to why you're punishing me for doing this. So it's confusing, and on top of that, you have the fact that these kind of like devices do create an addiction. So not having a frontal lobe being developed means that it's just free range for any sorts of like addictive behavior.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. And this movie is coming out now where there are a lot of talks in governments and there are votes going on seeing if there needs to be a ban in schools for phones.
The answer is
And
yes.
for under 16 yeah, I agree. And for under 16 years old, even in general. So there's a lot of talking around this issue. This is why I think this movie is actually needed, like it's important. But then again, it's all down to how they're gonna do it. What I find very interesting is that Andrew Stanton, that obviously is the director, so there's gonna be a lot of his point of view in this movie. He is part of that team that was the AI of today, because actually Pixar at the time, that team, the John Lasseter team, the Andrew Stanton team, they were the disruptors of the time, because at the time it was computer graphics against and drawn animation. Toy Story, the first Toy Story, was the first computer animated, the computer generated animation ever made. So they were the disruptors. They were the ones that everyone was saying the jobs of and drawn animation will go away and everything. And it did. In fairness, it did happen. It did change. It did evolve. Animation is not dead, but it changed drastically. And yes, a lot of people changed jobs. A lot of people lost jobs. So I'm very interested about seeing his point of view, because he was on the other side, and he knows that, because I read it actually in an interview that he is aware of that he was on that side. And so my thing is, I hope they remember who they are in this, in doing
Mufasa.
this movie. No, yeah, because Pixar has been quite disappointing, I find, recently. I think even Disney, I think they're just having too much fun, with their stories.
They're having too
like
much
literally, there's a lot of
All
stupid
the
jokes.
production company,
Yeah,
all the production company are falling into the rabbit hole of wanting to make secure money, secure earnings by producing all these sequels, all of these reboots, all of everything that has a winning strike in the past. And they're all feeding off of the sort of nostalgia that lately everybody's living, like wanting to go back into the past. And I feel like feeding off of that can be okay, but there's also, it's leaving no space for creativity or for original ideas.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the loss, because we are all becoming a little bit complicit and lazy
Yeah, I agree.
in wanting something easy or something familiar.
Yes, and for that reason, especially in animation, I noticed, for example, Zootropolis. I don't know, I never remember if in UK it's called
Yeah,
Zootopia or
Zootropolis.
Zootropolis.
Zootropolis in the
Okay,
UK.
Zootropolis 2, which made $1 billion, like $1.5 billion. It's not that masterpiece of a movie. Like, it's a lot of
I
stupid
don't understand
jokes,
why people like that movie so much.
silly jokes, a lot of fun, a lot of laugh, whatever. But there's
Okay.
no real content.
There's no real.
Bro, have you ever seen Sausage Party?
Yeah, but,
Oh
but
my
that's
God,
that's
Drew.
what I mean. Pixar used to make you think. Pixar is different. It was always different. It used to make you reflect. It used to
Yeah.
make you think. He would have an impact on your life, on shaping the person that you become. Like, for us to see these movies while we were in our development years, it did help us navigate life. And, in a way, there are some of the people that we have become are thanks to the message of these movies. And I feel like now they are just like you said, they are choosing to go the easy route. The funny, the like the easy laugh
Yeah.
and the silly joke, and everyone's laughing and make $1 billion. There's no substance. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
substance. And I hope they're not taking that route, because this movie, made well, it is important, it is needed, and it can be very consequential. And
I hope it keeps the same kind of like of body texture that Inside Out had, because Inside Out, both 1 and Inside Out 2, did really well in analyzing some modern topics.
totally.
So I hope it maintains the same sort of like idea of discussing a problem, because it is a problem.
Yeah. Actually, Inside
that
Out
is
2,
affecting society.
you mentioned a really good one. That's a really good example,
Yeah.
because in the second one they basically analyzed anxiety, which is one of the plagues of our era.
And it's showing you anxiety through the eyes of an adolescent that is growing in this kind of environment. There's a lot of
It's
pressure.
bombarded
So I think
by
like it's
social media, of course. So
absolutely.
that's exactly what I'm
Absolutely.
hoping for. I'm hoping for that they take that route and not the silly, especially because Toy Story is such a, like James said it, the 4 Toy Stories are great. They're like 10/10. They are. The last one was incredible because it was about depression. It was about finding your purpose in life and finding it through friendship and finding it through love. And there was also, and that was Forky. And then there was Woody. Woody is basically a parent. That's what it was to Andy, and Andy's going to college, so he doesn't have a purpose anymore. He feels like he doesn't
It's
have...
basically describing family dynamics
Exactly.
through
And
toys.
it's such a brilliant like piece of work, it's just brilliant. And
I'm sure they will do it justice. I think they are emotionally intelligent enough to know how important it is to get this right.
Yes, 100%. I agree. That's why I said to James, you should see it first. Like, James is not even out yet.
Like everything, I mean, never judge a book by its cover or by the idea that it comes out of. So I think it's a good lesson for everything.
Anyway, yes, it is. And that was my pick. So thank you, James, for making it my pick. I love you, man. He does. And he always says that he beat me at a Disney question, like, contest or whatever. It is not true. You, honestly, it is not true. I mean, it is true. But in fairness, I said I'm not mother tongue, so it takes me more to understand the question. And that needs to be said.
Wow.
Anyway, I think that's all for today. The Toy Story 5 is out on the 19th of June. So
So it's gonna be watch something soon, watch something this summer, watch something this winter.
Exactly.
Watch
And
something
what are we
soon,
watching?
watch something June, watch something...
Yes, and
November.
what is the closest thing we're going to watch in the cinema all together on Friday, ladies and gentlemen?
The Devils Wear Prada 2.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
act like I remember that we were going in on Friday. I just know because Denise told me.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody please call her 2 hours
I've
early so
put
she
it
can make
on
it to the
her
theater, man.
calendar.
Because honestly,
I have put it on her calendar. I don't know what to do anymore.
we gotta give her a call.
You know that today
Like-
I genuinely went on my wallet and I was like, what the fuck is this big thing?
I put it in
And
her
it was the
calendar.
thing in
But
my
then I
calendar.
also said, thanks God Denise is coming. So surely she is as well.
Oh
'cause-
God, honestly. Are you both coming from home? You're not coming
No,
from
I'm
work,
coming
right?
from
Because otherwise
work.
we're not gonna see you
No,
for
exactly.
sure.
From work.
I think
Oh
I'll
my
sell her
God.
ticket.
I'm coming from work and I'm gonna go home. And then I'm
The
gonna go
best part
gym.
of it is like,
And
please
it's
don't
six-
forget that I wanna come because I wanna watch this
and
movie
it's
real
6
bad. If you
p.m.
forget to tell
know
me,
what's
Just
funny?
gonna get a phone call and be
She
like,
doesn't
"What
know
the
yet. She will actually come, but she'll go to the wrong cinema because we talked about 6 different cinemas.
Oh,
and
I
I'm
have no idea where we're
100%
going.
sure she's going to the wrong one.
of course she has no idea.
We're going-
Soho.
Yes.
Oh.
So we chose the Curzon Soho.
Yes.
So please make it there.
Yeah.
Don't get lost in
I got the
Chinatown.
address. Get it?
Here we go.
Perfect,
Amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah, I put
See?
it there.
So
That's
we just
me, Pets.
we ju-
I put
That's
the
crazy.
address there.
That's crazy.
so we just have to basically
sorry.
send her a couple of reminders in the morning and then a lunch break and then 2 hours close to the movie. We're like, hey Julia, we're just gonna
Yeah, as if we had nothing to do.
You have to
Pets
send
and
me a
I.
neurological appointment, guys. This is not serious.
I mean, it's my day off. I can make it. My
This is
purpose
not
of reminding
funny. I need
Julia
be
to
helped.
come.
Anyway,
Yeah, for
We are helping
next
you.
Christmas we'll we do the voucher for
a neurologist.
therapist. Yeah. You get 10 sessions from
I'm
Bupa.
so sorry, honestly.
This is fantastic.
I'm so
Exactly.
sorry. Anyway,
So
thank
we're
you
going
very
to
much
see
for this
Devil Wears
episode.
Prada, which means next episodes we're doing Devil Wears Prada 2.
finally.
Yes.
Glorious. Something we're excited for. See you next week on this.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.